This is the American Rebellion. My name's Jerry. How y'all doing? Here on another Friday night for God knows what. How you doing there, Max? Nice to see you. Oh, look, you're on your own account. Never, sort of, more or less. Good to see you, Max. I am here tonight with Michael Hunt. I'll let you all figure that one out. And for a mind-numbingly fifth time, Keith Relf, who doesn't get out much because he's dead, and apparently homeless and a Seahawks fan. So, uh, how you doing there, Keith?
Hello, Jerry, over there across the pond. I'm doing quite sprightly, yeah, over here. Uh, it's lovely. It's lovely. A great fan of this show, by the way, as all of the UK is, obviously. Yes, we'll write some songs tonight and everything.
Okay, there, Mike. How you doing?
Like it's gonna be a jolly old time tonight. Uh, singing along with
Yeah, I may
whatever
open a
his name
vein.
is. Yeah. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm all right. Weather sucks.
Uh,
Wind's blowing about 10,000 miles an hour. Cloudy, sporadic rain.
yeah.
Other than that,
Look it up there.
it's Friday, bitches. That's all that
Yeah.
matters to me.
Yeah. I was. It was like 80 today in the house, so it had to be about 85 outside or so. So it got warm, sunny. So that can't possibly mean anything good in the wintertime around here. Let's see. Max is here. Danny Campbell. Jolene. Oh, Anita's here. How you guys doing? Yeah, I know it's yours, Max. Stephen Tolliver is with us. I'm assuming from Montana, where it snows 12 months out of the year, and he has currently got a snowman up his ass. I guess I don't know. No snakes though, so we finally cured him of that. That's nice. If anybody would like to come on, I am placing the link right in there now. You're welcome to do that. I have no idea what we're talking about tonight. So how can that possibly be good? I don't know. Anybody got a topic or a point of discussion? Matt just got drunk and fell down.
Well, I was postulating on the Kepler effect this afternoon. If anybody want to chime in on it, but you know.
Dear God, I did ask. Oh, hold on. Let me bring the microphone down so you can hear me scream and wail my last breaths as we talk about the Kepler effect. And now he left. He brings up a topic and he left. No one knows what the topic is, but he left.
That's the Kepler effect.
Uh,
You bring some shit up and you fucking leave.
well, Juicy Smollett is here. The guilty one. I guess he's.
I'm guilty.
Getting ready to.
I'm guilty.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to go to community
Prison.
service, probably.
Fuck that. He needs to go to
Yeah,
prison. I'd go to prison if I did some
I
shit like
agree.
that.
I got to tell you, I really need him to go to prison. I really do. Because if
Why?
we don't go to prison, I have to tell you, we're done. We are fucking completely done. What he pulled.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. That was complete bullshit. I don't care if you're black, brown, white, Asian, whatever. That's fucking wrong as fuck.
Yeah,
that's wrong.
Like he perpetrated a fraud on the entire fucking country, and the whole world watched him do it. So fuck him.
Well, no, I think he should go to prison because
He broke the
Even
law.
after everybody knew he was full of shit, he still wouldn't admit it. You know what I mean?
He still perjured himself
Fucking
in front
admit
of
it,
God
man.
and everybody. You know, he just kept on going with his damn little play he's writing. And
You
I mean,
play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Point blank.
correct.
Period.
Now the funny thing about the verdict in the end, the jury came out. You know, he was 6 charges of lying. You know, to somebody.
Yeah.
The sixth one, they, they said he didn't lie. I'm like, how the fuck you lie 5 times and not the 6th
Lied the
time
6th
for
time.
the same shit? I don't know what that's all about. It was to a whole different investigator or something, I guess.
Unfortunately, Jerry is probably correct. His money is too long for him to go to prison, so he'll just buy his way out of it. Probably get community service, time served, all that shit. Well, he wasn't even in jail, but seriously, think about it. You send him into prison, you might as well just send him to a gay club. You can't rape the willing. So,
right?
No, somebody will fuck with him and he'll sue because, you know, he's injured and he'll call it a hate crime. And this shit will keep going on. It's like Groundhog fucking Day is what it is. It's just.
All right, Jerry. You want him to go to prison. What is the appropriate sentence for just pulling a dumb
10
fucking
years.
prank? 10 years?
No, it wasn't a dumb fucking prank. He made us look bad in front of the entire fucking world was watching this shit. Period. Right. 10 years. He won't get 10 years. I think the max he can get is 3, but I'll take 3. He won't even get that.
It wasn't a prank. This was deliberate. He went the extra mile to set this all up to make for him to. It's the most selfish thing you could do. It was a power play for him to get a bigger contract with the show that he was on. He figured if he pulled this ploy, he can get the LGBT community and the black community and the community who feels like who backs that up. Black Lives Matter. He felt like if he can get that backed up, he can get a money play. He don't give a shit about nobody but himself. So yeah, he deserves everything that he gets. Fuck that. That's bullshit.
But my whole point is nobody was actually harmed. They wasted a lot of time. 10 years seems kind of stiff to me, I got to tell you.
Who wasn't harmed in a physical sense? In a physical sense,
that's what I mean.
Nobody was harmed. But the damage he did, and Steven just put a comment on there, and he's right. He's like what he did is he just made a bigger divide for the race agenda. Now, people are going to be like, oh, because he's black and he's white. This was nonsense. This shouldn't even be an issue because what he did now, and Stephen is correct, what he did is he put a divide where it didn't need to be, an even bigger divide. So, yeah, so this is he's an idiot.
It's a little different. I think it's a little different because I personally don't think any less of black people because of Jussie fucking Smollett.
Yeah, but
I think he's a piece of fucking shit. I think what he did mostly is he gave more ammunition to the mainstream media, the Democrats, and every other buddy who had to open their big fucking mouth talking about white supremacy, this bullshit, and white supremacy, that bullshit. And I'm not denying it ain't out there, but it ain't near as bad as they're making it out to be.
Well, here's the thing. It's like they're saying all this white supremacy with this Jussie Smollett situation, but white people weren't even involved. Not one white person has been involved in this entire case. So that it's a cop out. They're starting to use race as a cop out. But it's part of a cop.
These 2 black guys were supposedly white.
Yeah.
It was all a
lie. That was the first story. Yeah.
That's where it went awry and white supremacy nonsense.
If you see them the 2 black guys he hired were from Africa. They're African guys. They're as black as a shadow behind me. How could you mistake them for a white person?
Well, that was his lie because he knew there wasn't going to be any real video evidence of it.
Remember, he's an angel. He's colorblind, so he can't see nothing.
You got to be a special kind of stupid to go through all of this shit for a money grab. This is so stupid. This is the dumbest thing in the world. Should he get 3 years? He should get the max, whatever it is. That's what he should get.
I hope they sentence him so hard.
Racism is Violent racism is simple. When you tie a black guy to the back of your truck and drag him a mile down the fucking
Yeah.
road. That's fucking
Yes.
racism. Okay? And them
Yes.
two guys, I believe one of them already is dead. I don't know if I think
Yeah.
the other one testified against him, so he's spending life in prison. And that's exactly where the fuck they belong. Okay, that's racism. If you don't
Yes.
hire a guy simply because of the color of his fucking skin, that is racism. Plus, you're a moron. If he can make you money, you should be hiring him. Okay, I don't
Correct.
give a fuck who you are. Okay, that's racism. Okay, that motherfucker lived in a gay neighborhood, which I don't know about any of y'all. I've never seen a bad gay neighborhood, so it had to be pretty good. He was making $120,000 a show, from what I understand. And I doubt very seriously if there was too much racism thrown on him, or gayism, or whatever the fuck else he's bitching and whining about. Fuck him.
Pretty much.
I hope they
Pretty
sentence
much.
him so hard that by the time he gets out of prison, he's tired of being gay. So
Daryl, he's
that
not
would-
going to prison. Unfortunately,
he's
he's
not.
not going to. He's not going to go to prison.
Yeah.
He's going to prison.
No.
He will. Each one of
He's
those
gonna-
counts.
we
Each one of
got
those carries
Rittenhouse
3 years.
on an innocent. We got Rittenhouse innocent. Okay, we're not getting two in a row. I'm sorry. It's just it
No.
doesn't happen in this day and age.
No.
I mean,
He's
I'm
gotta do some
trying to
jail time.
figure out. His family has to know he's full of shit. His family has to fucking know it.
His whole family's in Hollywood, so that's why they're staying quiet.
If any of y'all got a chance to go on YouTube and check out Glenn Beck's The Blaze interview with Kyle Rittenhouse yet? It's 48 minutes. It's a little over 48 minutes, but it's pretty good, pretty interesting.
I honestly have no desire to go. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He says,
what do I want to hear him say?
Go to law school. He says he's going to go to law school at like Arizona State, the one that's protesting against him coming.
Yeah.
And he says he wants to be a defense attorney because he never wants to see anybody go without the best defense they can get. I find that somewhat admirable. Let's see if he sticks with it. It's a hard thing. Being a lawyer ain't easy. Getting to be a lawyer ain't easy. So I don't know, but and he says he's trying to stay calm for his family because when he gets uptight, they get worried and all the rest of that bullshit. So I do not envy him going to a college campus. I got to tell you that. I don't.
Well,
he's got a personal bodyguard.
$5 million from CNN, he won't be going to college. What's the fucking point?
It won't be. Yeah, it'll be more than that. It'll be way more than that.
Which makes me believe more even now. If that man if that kid maliciously just went and hauled off and shot like 4 people with an assault rifle, do you really think that he would take interviews and be like, I want to defend people who, are innocent and stuff like that? Somebody who's maliciously killing somebody like that isn't going to say anything like that.
No.
They're not going to say nothing like that.
He's being mentored.
But what I do think, I believe, in my opinion, what I believe he should do no more interviews, stay out of the limelight. You've been acquitted of a crime that you did not commit. Go on with your life.
He said in the interview he was going to go ahead to every platform, every news outlet until everybody heard his story. And I really don't understand that. I mean, there's one story.
We've already heard his fucking story. He's not some fucking. He's not a goddamn guru at 18 years old that I got to listen to. I saw what happened. You got away. You got acquitted. That's good. Great. It's case fucking closed. I mean, I know the news stations.
A lot of people are
not. The
news
stations got to have him on because it makes them money, but they're just pimping him out, and he's going
pretty
along.
much.
What do you got to say? What do you got to say?
According to Stephen Tolliver, Arizona has pulled his registration and permanently banned Rittenhouse from attending Arizona State.
Okay, so there's
he was there just a few days ago.
There's so many more colleges he can go to. On to the next one. Next, like that's not a big deal. Okay, you got banned. Okay, cool. Go to an online school. Go to one of these schools that are dying for people to go to their school. You don't have to be on campus.
You know, that don't sound feasible though, because in the interview he gave a couple days ago, he actually said that he had went to the campus and talked with all the people there, the different professors and whatnot, that he would be attending their classes, and that he was going to, you know, he already had a platform set in the spring when he was going to college. But he said that happened just not long ago.
Do you really think he would have got banned if he didn't go on this interview and millions of people didn't see it? Do you really think he would have got banned? Arizona State don't want that notoriety. He needs to shut the fuck up, move in silence, and go on with his life. Stop being a martyr. You're not a martyr. You've dodged the biggest bullet you could possibly dodge in your life. You were looking at life in prison. You're a free man. You got acquitted. Great. Move the fuck on. Let it die down. It's still fresh in people's minds. Just go. Just go do your own thing. Shut up. Don't do interviews.
I agree with that.
Well,
I agree with that.
I actually kind of agree. I wouldn't have done the first one because all it does is make their fucking ratings go up. I mean, you know what? Maybe you make a statement or something, and then you just go away.
Think about it like this. Especially you live in Florida. Oh, go ahead. Jerry, you live in Florida.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Stephen Tolliver says 112 universities have said they don't want them to register or attend. I can believe this in this day.
I can believe that too.
Because mainly they don't want the fucking headache of the idiot liberal children doing what they do. Plus, if this kid goes there, he's going to need a fucking bodyguard.
He can go virtual. He can go take online classes. Stay home. Same shit. Stay home. Take the class. You don't have to go to campus. You don't have to be seen. You're causing problems. You're causing problems by going up there. If you want an education, you don't have to be there. It's still the same shit. Yeah. The administration knows you're there, but if you're not on campus, nobody's gonna know you're fucking enrolled unless you go up there.
I know several states that would take them right in. I mean, all the red states would be happy to have them. The boy was acquitted.
I don't know. University of Florida, which is right by about 50 miles from here, they're horrible with the liberals too. And this is Florida, where DeSantis just did something to make they're going to put a law out saying you can't help illegal aliens.
Speaking of Florida, Jerry, you know this because some of the biggest cases in the last 25 years happened there. We're talking about Rittenhouse not giving interviews. Yeah. Okay, when was the last time you heard Casey Anthony give an interview? And she got away with murder. Ain't never. She disappeared. She's somewhere. Zimmerman.
Right.
Well,
she's
Zimmerman
done
too.
A few interviews. She's done a few interviews. Last I heard, she was dating the private investigator and working for him that worked on her case. She was living with him and working in his office doing something. That was a while ago.
What a miserable piece of shit she is. She is. Oh God, she. Oh man.
You know, yeah. I mean, she's. I don't know how she got away with that, but she did. But anyway, Kyle Rittenhouse, all he got to do is come out as a transsexual now, and any college will take him. Every college will take him. He's seen the error of his ways. Now he's going to be a transsexual. He'll be Bruce Jenner's stepchild.
Thank you for that in-depth opinion there, Matt. I'm thinking if Kyle ever hears this, don't do that, Kyle. Don't listen to Matt at all. It'll probably get you killed. I don't know.
There's enough people who want to kill him already.
Yeah, that's why I said you go to a college, they got to be ready for it because there's going to be a massive protest. The liberal children are all going to be up in arms, and there's going to be violence, man. There's going to be fucking violence just because you go to school.
College will burn down.
He has a personal bodyguard and two mentors that go everywhere with him. He's not allowed to be away from those three people.
He needs to just relax and stay at home until it dies down. If it takes a year or two, just relax, stay home, gather yourself, wait till people stop talking about it, and just fucking lay low.
Yeah.
Just lay low. That's what I would do. Shit.
Shit. If he's got to be going to a fucking, why didn't he just change his fucking name?
That's what I was thinking too.
You know
To
what I mean?
something
Because
that's
everybody knows what he looks like. Everybody
No,
knows
but
what he looks like.
He's kind of
He looks like a
nondescript,
Pillsbury
really.
Doughboy. Put
I mean,
a
if
hat
he
on
wore a
that
hat
guy.
and
Look like
fucking sunglasses, I mean, come on. Yeah.
please. Put a baker's hat on that guy. He's the Pillsbury Doughboy.
He'll just move. He can move to Boise. He'll fit right in.
Yeah.
Boise State is a great fucking college, too.
Well, I hate Boise. I never want to go to Boise again. I hate that fucking place.
You know, he's got too much, what do they call it, fanaticism. Too many people that fantasize about being like him because he handled himself so well. And you're going to end up seeing a lot of dumbasses do the same thing, but it'll be for a purpose, not by accident, like what happened with him. He even said, if I had it to do over again, I would not have took the gun.
All right, look at these rallies, these protests, these riots. Every fucking body who goes there wants to go to see a goddamn fight.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why they go.
Yeah, you're not going to. We're stronger than you, so fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to kick your ass. Then everybody goes home and says, we won. No, nobody wins. This kid's life is fucked for the immediate future, at least.
Right. But he's young enough where he's got time to recover from it. Hopefully.
That's correct. That's correct.
If not, he'll have the money. I know Nick Sandman told him if he needed any attorney advice, he had a damn good one. So
look, you could give me you can give me $100 million. It's not going to give me, if I don't have a peace of mind, or if I can't walk the streets knowing that somebody might try to kill me, ain't not enough money in the world can give me a peace of mind like that. This kid needs to just relax, lay low, keep the money. Just relax. Wait till it dies down.
That's like that Michael Jackson joke after he had to pay $22 million for that kid to go away. The comedian that told the joke said, "Shit, I don't know, man. You give me $22 million. Me and Michael, the only discussion we'd be having who was going to be the big spoon." So I was like, "Damn, that's pretty fucked up."
Yeah, you give me $10 million, I'll look over my shoulder all day long. I don't give a fuck. It don't fucking matter.
I hate going anywhere. I hate going anywhere, so I'd be happy to stay home with my $10 million. I got
exactly.
No problem with that,
I'll make a chair out of it and just sit in it.
Yeah.
Take a money bath every day.
Right.
Yep. I mean, I understand what he's saying though, because nobody's telling me where I can and cannot go. I'm going to go, but then you got the problem of who's going to come up on you. I get that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. The recognition is just too strong because everybody knows his face.
Yeah. He just got to let it die down.
Yeah.
I give it a year or two. It'll die down.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't one of the guys he killed was a child molester?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well,
they were all felons. Every one of them was a felon.
All of them.
Medal of Freedom.
Oh, I was about to say he did public service.
Yeah, Biden should give him the Medal of Freedom for that. That guy was insane.
Yeah.
Biden give him the Medal of Freedom. He probably put it on backwards.
They've even talked about the one survivor guy getting prosecuted for what he did up to the point to where he threatened Kyle and Kyle shot him. So he pointed a gun in Kyle's face and assaulted him first. So they're thinking about putting assault charges on that fuck stick. Almost wish they would. Yeah.
Steven
Got your arm
says,
blew
please
up in here.
don't anyone get the idea to sue me. Listen, Steven is a rich guy. He's the only rich guy we know. Somebody get their feelings hurt by Steven and we'll sue his ass and we'll own all the tractors and the 750 million acres in Montana.
There you go.
And then you guys can go live there and just send me my fucking money. Because I can't
Well, there's
live in
5 of us. There's 5 of us. We could start a class action, so let's just do it.
This is true. This is true. Steve, I'm sorry, Stephen. Somebody has to give up some, and I guess you've been picked. That's it.
You have
Welcome
to have,
to
you have to have
welcome to
class to start the action.
right.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, we may have a
Welcome to
problem
America,
there.
Stephen. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Welcome to America, Stephen.
Land of the free, buddy. Land
Yeah.
of the free.
Yeah.
And the home of
Matter
the
of fact,
Wrangler.
every time you come out here, I get a little teardrop in my eye, Stephen. So, I may have something there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Every time he comments, it makes me uncomfortable, and it triggers my
Yeah.
anxiety.
Getting
Yes.
OCD. Yeah.
I could use a tractor down here.
Come on in,
Oh,
Steven.
Fucking Steven, man. He's got like 25 lawyers. I don't think we'd stand a chance, man. Every time I turn around, he's got like fucking 12 lawyers working for him.
Oh, we're gonna start calling him Teflon Tolliver. He can't be touched.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a
Just-
good one.
TT for short.
Teflon Tolliver.
Well, I don't know. I think I got a case against them. But,
Oh, Lord.
Case
I'm
of the
not
red
that
ass.
addictive.
Nobody
That's
asked.
about all you got.
Nobody asked.
The only case-
Please, nobody asked.
The
No.
only case I got against Steven is a case of beer, and that's about it. That's the only case I could give him.
That's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go. He'd probably take that. Of course,
need
you
to
know
come
him.
on here.
Yeah, good luck finding him in 75,000 acres, but he skipped out of the country on his new. Oh, yeah, he's got a helicopter now. The
Yeah.
fuck, man.
does he really?
Be like playing
Yeah.
a game of Call of Duty.
He's building a fucking Air Force. I'm telling you. Anybody wants to come on, click the link above, or this one I'm about to put up will be fine there, Larry Burns or Stephen Tolliver or
I'm not good enough over here,
Joel
Jerry.
Max. Yeah, you're
Can
fine,
you
man.
imagine-
Don't worry.
Can you imagine if somebody tried to go on Steven Tolliver's property and try to take his shit? Can you imagine that what the outcome of that would be? Like it's more
Carnage?
it's more fortified than fucking Area 51 probably. Like he probably would walk onto the property. Yeah.
Fucking fly his helicopter over your head, drop a snake on you. All kinds
Area
of bad things would
52.
happen. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
how
what
could-
Steven says. Area 52.
Steven will pick you up from 10,000 yards away sitting in his fucking recliner.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see it now.
I'm not going.
Probably has a hard gunner working for him, and he's got a fucking 50 cal mounted in
I
his
could
fucking helicopter.
I can see him after he pulls the trigger, puts it down, puts a cigar in his mouth, and be like, "You fucking liberal asshats." I can see it. I can see him doing that.
It's like Sergeant Rock from the old comic books. That's Steven.
Right?
Beating the fuck out of Beetle Bailey.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
Sergeant
yeah.
Rock.
Oh, yeah,
he
you're
was
right.
Sergeant
Yeah.
Rock, Easy Company.
Comic book, yeah. Didn't he have like
Oh,
Little
Mountain-
Joe? Little Joe was the Indian guy in the platoon, and Little
Yeah, that
Joe
was
was
great
the
comic.
Indian. Yeah, Sergeant
Yeah.
Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to read that every week. Buy that comic book. I love that comic book.
Holy shit, comic books are a thing of the past, unless you're like a geek collector, obviously. But I think they
Well-
make comic books anymore.
I used to read Beetle Bailey, Sad Sack, Jonah Hex, and Sergeant Rock.
What?
Those four.
I don't know what Jonah Hex is. I've never heard of it.
Jonah Hex
I think
back
it's-
in the day was he was a cowboy, but he was one of them Clint Eastwood types. He'd go around, he'd shoot up places and shit. It was good, and he had this. He had this scar on his face where the skin melted down over his lips, so he couldn't open his lips on his one side. And then apparently aliens got him,
Ooh.
so he went to space.
See, when I was a kid, and that you guys are gonna laugh. When I was a kid, comic books were $1. When y'all were a kid, it was probably like what, 15 cents for a comic book?
3 cents.
25.
10 cents.
25.
10 cents. 10 cents when I was a
25.
kid. Or 15 cents. 15 cents. I used to get a quarter a week allowance, and I'd get a pack of blackjack gum and a comic book every week.
Did you say a quarter for allowance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they'd buy you
Wow.
a Coke and a couple of candy bars and a fucking comic book for fucking 25 cents.
Jesus Christ. Times have changed. Even from when I was a kid.
Penny candy was real. It was a penny.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember 50 cents. You could go in and get a RC cola and a moon pie and some bubble gum, and I thought that shit was expensive. So I remember Dad telling me back in the 40s and 50s that well, gas was like fucking nickel. And
Oh, yeah.
What?
yeah, it's nothing, dude.
Yeah,
I would love to
You
have
could
gas
go
over here
to-
nickel these days.
you could go, and my dad says you could go to a movie in the 40s and 50s with for like our 40s, 30s and 40s, I guess, for a nickel.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
see, he liked what the hell was that? The cowboy, I forget. Gene Autry. He liked Gene Autry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when I walked to fucking kindergarten every day past the gas station, gas was 31 cents a gallon for fucking years. 31 cents a gallon.
And it was all regular leaded gas. The shit you could blow in the gas tank and it'd blow your mind. Them old boys they used to huff that shit and didn't even know they was fucking killing themselves.
Fucking
Yeah, you
ciphering
go to a
gas.
gas station, the guy would come out and clean your windshield and check your oil, and the guy probably died at 35 from all the fumes. I don't know.
Right.
But,
Yeah, I can
you
remember.
know, it had the
31
thing
cents,
going
yeah.
across where the bell would ring.
Yeah,
All
pass
full
over that
service.
pressure
Hey,
sensitive
Cooper, where are they
rubber.
at?
Yeah,
thing. Ding,
I think
ding.
it worked on
Come out.
air. It was an air hose, and it would.
Yeah, it was like an air pressure kind of
it
thing.
was
But
something-
yeah, I remember as a
and it
kid
would ring the
go
bell.
to this a little gas station that was just down a couple of blocks down the road from me.
See, these
Myself
kids,
and my older brother, and cigarettes were like 50 cents a pack, and the gas was probably 45 cents.
see,
You know,
these kids today don't know how good they got it. And I'll give you an example. My 17-year-old daughter, she was getting pissed off at the TV. I said, "What you mad about?" "Oh, it's buffering. It's not. I said, "Just give it a second. It's gonna load." "No, it should just load automatically." I'm sitting here thinking to myself, "You're looking at the DVR. The DVR is not loading." I'm like, "You should be lucky." I said, "Do you know what a VCR is?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you know what a tracking button is?" She says, "No." I was like, "Do you know what a Betamax is?" And she says, "No." And I was like, "You don't know how good you got that shit." I said, "Nothing would piss you off more when you're watching you tape your show, and then all of a sudden, 5 minutes into the show, another show, all my children erased your show that you waited a week to watch, and you upset about buffering?"
right?
Oh, tape your show? How about
I was about
where are the fucking pliers so I can change the channel where the knob broke off?
Right.
or if you
See,
did miss the show, you were shit out of luck until the reruns came on, and you better make sure you were there. You missed it forever.
Right.
So
They used
is
to
this
do-
true? Is this true? I have to ask this because I'm not old enough to remember this. But there was a time when my dad and my grandfather was like, there was a time where TV just went off. Like at 11 o'clock, that's it. Done.
Midnight.
See you tomorrow.
Midnight.
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 Done.
They play the national anthem.
Midnight
And
Yep, that's it.
national
it.
anthem. Yep.
You'd go to the rainbow screen and it was done.
Usually, like
Midnight.
we had 3 stations down here. We had like 2 regular like ABC and NBC kind of deal, and then we had Channel 33, which was like the local station, and they would play the late movie, and then especially on like Friday or Saturday night, I think it was, they played the late movie, and they call it the Night Owl movie, and fat guy played piano during it for some reason. And then they would play the Star Spangled Banner, and then you were like, fuck, there's nothing to do, and I'm wide awake.
It was
Yep.
over.
And it just go,
Yeah.
you know, the fuzzy. That's all
Yep.
you'd get. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah,
the
and that's
what-
it. Because there was no,
yeah,
if you were lucky on a clear night, you might get something from like West Palm Beach or
right,
Miami or something, but you would be like, "Damn, is that a man or a woman in the snow?"
right, exactly. It's like
Yeah,
on Poltergeist
I'm
with the little
probably
girl.
older than his dad. Right.
Who, my
Yeah.
dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, Papa. My dad's he's 58.
I got him by
He's my
4
age.
years. So
Yeah, he's
there you go.
58.
Well, how old are you, Daniel?
41.
Okay, well, I'm only 52. I say
Oh.
only, but so I'm not that far ahead of you. But times change that quick.
No, you're a whole decade in front of me. Don't try to
Well,
seem like you're.
They did
Don't try
back
to hold
then.
on to your youth. Don't try to hold on to that youth. The youth's gone. It's gone.
It's
Let me hold on to that.
slipping away.
Hey, this is
Here's
going to
the
blow
thing.
your
We have
mind.
lived through.
I remember
we
when
have
there
lived-
was no color TV.
Yeah, I remember that
Me
too.
too.
There was no color
I
TV.
remember when there was no
13
color
inch.
TV in our fucking house, and I asked my dad why we didn't have one. He says, "As soon as you buy one, I'll have one."
That's
His
right.
first his first big TV that this, I mean, he had it actually. He rolled it in the house. It was a fucking console set in the corner, and he was so proud of that. And he had the cable hooked up to it, and he was just in heaven, man.
Yep,
Yeah.
we
And then when all
graduated
them
from a
console
13
TVs
inch.
broke, everybody bought another one and put it on top of it like a TV stand.
Yep.
Right. Started out with a 13-inch black and white, and I was the antenna. But
Yep.
Dad got the and the remote, because it was click click click. 3 or 4 channels.
Yep.
That's all it
You
had
have to
on it.
stand by
And
the
if
TV and hold on to
you
the
like flip
tinfoil.
through them real fast, if you flip through them real fast, they got pissed at you.
Right.
Like trying to get to the next station, they would get pissed at you.
Yep.
And the
We
top
finally
one wasn't
graduated.
even a clicky thing; it was a dial. You had to dial in channel 33.
Yes, tune
Just
it in.
get it just right. We had
Right.
19 inch on a TV cart with wheels.
Yep. Yeah, we
Oh,
had
fuck. I remember in the early 60s, you turned the TV on, it had to fucking warm up before it fucking
Yeah.
worked.
You
Yeah.
had to warm up the tube.
Vacuum
Oh, yeah,
tube.
my grandparents' TV.
It
My
had to
grandparents'
warm
TV
up.
had to warm it up.
Yeah, it was
They had a
awesome.
fucking black and
CRT
white
TV.
my whole childhood. Their TV was the same TV, black and white,
Fucking
throughout my
warm up.
childhood. I mean, nothing like Lawrence Welk on Saturday night when you're hanging with the grandparents at 7 years old. I mean,
Right.
Lawrence fucking Welk.
Exactly.
Even I know
Yeah,
who he is. The polka
Yeah,
god.
they
Oh,
could
yeah.
not. They could not get
The
Lawrence Welk.
champagne Polish guy, 1 and a 2, and Lawrence Welk. Here we go.
I remember back when I was a kid, man, sitting and watching cartoons one morning. I was probably 8 or 9 years old and was watching the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show, of course. And all of a sudden, there were men and women on the screen naked as fuck having sex. And I
What?
was like, that's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. And I'm sitting there, I look at Dad and I look at Mom. We're all sitting there watching together. And Mom reaches over, of course, and puts her hands over my eyes and gets on the phone to the CBS radio or the TV station.
Wait, you could call the
And,
station at that point in time?
What's that?
You could call the TV station at that point in time?
Oh yeah, they was like
Oh, yeah.
plugging in a phone book. It was a local TV
Yeah.
station, like a.
Oh my god.
All it was a local antenna. We had local TV stations that broadcast through other CBS networks and stuff.
This is
Yeah,
so
it's
interesting.
not
to
like
me.
Facebook that you can't call because there's just no support
You
number or
remember?
nothing.
You remember when like you'd be watching TV and all of a sudden like the police or fire radios would come on over the fucking TV for like 2 minutes?
Yes.
It was like happened all the fucking time, man.
Crosstalk all the time because it was
Yep.
UHF.
I guess the same radio waves with some fucking I don't know how it worked, but
Yeah.
you'd hear the cops, you'd hear the fire department.
Yeah.
It's
Like a police scanner.
okay.
Well, that's
Yeah, but
that's where I made all my.
we were living in
That's
hot cotton though.
right. That's where I made all my money there for the longest time, man. For 14 years, was wrecking out all that old garbage bullshit cable line they had strode everywhere, and nasty looking RG56. It would barely even send a signal to a television, and swapped it all over to digital converters that you have today with phone accessibility and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I remember when that happened. Yeah, the fiber optic, all that bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah,
And they
I
started
mean we.
Tom Warner, and I think Bill Gates had a lot to do with it. There was another big CEO and some telecommunications company that bought just like every cable company local that he could find, and he knew he was going to make a multi-billion-dollar empire out of it. And today, what you got is the two big ones, which just bought Time Warner, I think, Comcast and Spectrum.
Oh, fuck Spectrum.
Yeah.
I can't stand them bastards.
That's who I
None
work
of them
for,
are
dude.
worth the shit. None of
Yeah.
them are worth the shit. They're robbing
Fuck
us all.
Spectrum.
They're not, dude, and they get raw ass fucking sorry as fuck. They would penalize the people that work for them before they would their customers. I mean, I understand. Everybody's got to be timely. They got to do their work properly. It's got to look neat because you're working on. Hell, you could be working on fucking Eddie George's house one day and Reba McEntire's another day, or uh, fucking Alan Jackson, or Garth Brooks, and them guys that live here where I live at. And so you had to be real careful how you did your work and be meticulous. But
Oh,
then again,
Jesus.
they were they wasn't the people that bitched though. It was the everyday people that bitched, but it wasn't usually about your work. It was about I don't know, your attitude or your
Oh,
you go out and work fucking you install 9, 10 people's house a day. You get tired. I mean, you're by the end of it, you're like, fuck you, man. I'm I'm ready to go. Sign this paper. I'm out. And so I don't know, man. It's a big money scheme. I remember when it came into town. I was a kid. Me and my dad were sitting at a cafe down in a little town called Sparta, and they were two suited guys sitting behind us. I was just a little kid too. This is like early 70s, 75, 76. And
well,
I was sitting there eating my damn pancakes, and these two guys are talking about witchcraft, is what Dad said, but as cable company, right? And they were thinking about starting the whole process, and it ended up being a company called Cablevision, and
Yep.
that's what
I
turned into
remember that.
Spectrum. But
We
they
had
offered,
Yeah, I
Cablevision in the
remember.
Northeast.
yeah, they were all over the United States. But see, they offered my dad, whenever Dad said that's witchcraft or witchery, that'll never work. They offered him a buy-in on the company of $5,000, and it was
Ooh.
a local cable company, not the whole network. Which actually eventually it became the whole network, but that's where the base station was, is at Sparta, Tennessee.
He could have
And
retired. He could have
oh,
retired off of that.
he could have, and I could have, and everybody else could have. I mean,
Right.
it's yeah, big
They
company.
said the same thing about TV. They said it was a fad.
Yep,
Here we are,
that's what
60
they
years
said.
later.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we're
And he had.
I mean, when I was younger, I had a 13-inch black and white in my barracks room, and now I have like a 59 or 7-inch one in my living room. And
Same here.
I
Dude.
want a 70-inch, and I just want it for the size and the screen because I don't use any of the shit that the smart TV is made to be used for.
Oh
It's
my
not
God.
hooked up to the internet. It's not hooked up to none of that. It's like my cell phone. The only thing I do on it is go on Facebook and look shit up. That's it.
I'm like you, man. I got a 65-inch, but I will not hook them up. I also have a Samsung TV that from time to time I have to tell to shut up because
Yeah.
it tries to connect to the internet all on its
Yeah,
own.
mine does about every other day. It says you want to reconnect to the internet. It's like, no.
Mhm.
And I've told you this many
Right,
times. Shut the fuck up.
right,
You're killing me.
right. Yep. Eventually that's what everybody's house will be, is a big ass fucking Alexa everywhere. And
Pretty much
My
is
wife
with a
has one of
phone.
them.
be
Sound
My
like
like,
wife
Alexa.
has one of them. It's hooked
yeah,
up
Great.
to
Makes
me.
my
it.
Wi-Fi now.
I do not
Somebody
want an
sent
interactive
her.
house.
If you're
I
married,
would not.
if
Everybody
you're
talks
married,
about a smart house. in this house, if I don't fix it, it ain't smart.
Dumb as fuck.
Listen. If you're married, you don't need an Alexa. It's like having two women telling you what to do and
Yeah.
what they think.
I don't
Like,
use
no,
that
I'm
shit.
good. Oh yeah,
I
don't
know
use
it's
that
going to be an
shit.
argument.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't
Usually,
even use. What's the fucking one on the cell phone? I don't even use that one.
What type of phone you have? iPhone or
I got
Android?
an iPhone.
Oh,
Siri.
Siri.
Yeah,
Yeah, Siri.
that one. Yeah.
hey, I got one for
Well, at
you.
least you can turn them off. Fuck it.
Whenever, sometime tonight after you get out, because I guess everybody almost is on the phone, but Nick, ask your phone to sing to you, Nick. Hold your talk to
I saw your
text.
post. I saw that.
Did you
today.
try that?
No, I was at work, so I
I
wasn't going to
tried
try.
that. It wouldn't do anything.
If you've got a,
It wouldn't
Daniel's
do
going to
anything.
try it. It wouldn't do anything. If you hold down your talk to speech, text to speech, or whatever they call it, like your Hey Google thing. Oh, I hope my phone don't listen. Shut up, Google. Fuck. Don't ever say
why
that.
I didn't want to say the opposite of Siri. Because
Cancel.
mine would start asking me shit.
Dumb bitch. Holy crap. Yeah, it sings to you. That's for sure. It's the vaccine song. But
Oh, great.
yeah, like in the middle, I don't know. I gotta.
You tried to tell me I read your fucking communist post and you tried to get me to listen to the vaccine song. You know what? I'm gonna
I
kick
wanted
your
you
ass.
to.
in my
I,
every
wa-
That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna
I
fucking do. I'm
wanted
gonna
you.
kick your ass. That's what I'm gonna do.
I wanted you to hear. I want everybody to hear the propaganda that they're fucking spreading out everywhere. I mean, it's
Well,
the dumbest shit ever.
my shit didn't do it.
Well, who in the hell
I got
took the
the
time
hog
to actually
panels
figure
for my
that shit
pigs
out?
today. The fuck is a hog panel? I ain't a farmer.
I mean, unless that was purposely leaked by whoever created that shit, who the thunk it?
Yeah. Yep.
All I know is we got the talk thing now that you just said, whatever the fuck that's called, right? I didn't have that before. When the hell did that happen? All I had was the idiot woman who I asked a question to and still wants me to look it up on the fucking internet, which is why I have her in the first fucking place.
Right. Gives you a link to look it up.
Yeah.
And I never use like every once in a while I'll say, "Fuck you, Siri." And she'll say, "That's not nice." I give a fuck. You're a bitch.
Right.
I argue with my phone. Oh God, I'm gonna kill myself. Excuse me for a minute.
No, I asked Siri little less appropriate questions, but you know what I mean. Over here,
Hey, how do you hide a dead body?
No, I mean
That's
like
a good answer, and it's fucking funny.
No, it's like Siri. I don't know if I should say. Siri will get mad at me. You know,
How do I
more like
suckle there?
graphical, intentions over here. You know what I mean? Hey Siri,
Anybody
could you
wants
give
to
me
come
a?
on,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we know what you mean, Matt. Thank you. Anybody wants to come on, click the link and come on, please. Alan McMillan got hog panels for his pigs today. I think paneling went out of style with the pigs too. I don't know, but whatever
hog
works
panel.
for you there. I don't know what the fuck a hog panel is. I know them motherfuckers are escape artists. They dug up my fucking septic tank.
Right.
Yeah, they love to roll in shit.
Water lay in. They dig up my drain field.
Yeah. Yeah, they're destructive as fuck.
They are.
We got a bunch.
I shot him in the ass with a BB because it wasn't my hog. I didn't know who it was. My neighbor knows the guy.
Yeah.
And instead of
so you were talking to Siri too about it.
He did nothing. So they'd go home at night to get fed and then break out like it was the Great Escape the next day and come to my fucking house.
Bacon for everybody.
Well, I'm not allowed to have pigs or anything where I'm at because, like I say, it's a fucking HOA area. But we're right next to like It's not a fucking national forest, but a protected area. Um, I guess like a state forest. That I guess that would be what
Yeah,
it
like
is.
yeah, I forgot what they call those things.
Yeah, but they're. I mean, fuck. It looks like they want to stick every one of them little bastards they could, try to get them out of here, you know. But wild boar, wild, hogs in general, and they fucking root all your flower bulbs and shit out of the ground, eat all your flowers,
Yep.
chew your damn
Hey
plants
Jerry,
down. Destructive.
was the coolest pig that was trying to escape from your place? His name was Steve McSqueal.
No, no, he wasn't.
Tried to bury the pig. What the fuck?
See, what happened was the mother escaped and she came here. I don't know why they all come here. Because she was looking for a place to have the babies. And apparently, I guess he found it over by this guy's place. And the babies started coming when they were only about half grown. And then they got full grown. And that's when they started causing problems. And I had to shoot them in the ass with a pellet gun. I got a made in China pellet gun just for such occasions. That is incredibly accurate, believe it or not. It surprised me. That's, I was about 30 foot away and shot him right in the ass. Ain't come back no more. But I had
got about
clean outs everywhere. They were fucking clean. I finally ended up going to the top of the hill, getting a bunch of sand in my cart. I pulled behind the mower, go over there, and because I kept getting stuck in it with the mower because it was nothing but mud and water. And it's far enough away from the septic tank where it didn't smell. Jesus. I think we offended Nick.
Okay.
I think he wanted to listen to that song. Probably he'll be back.
Yeah. Well, his camera and his microphone went out, I guess, because it says the device is not connected.
Damn it.
Pam just took a shit. All right, well, try again. I'll give you the link. Hold on.
We'll wipe it
there he
off
is.
and
He's back.
It just popped up and started working again. I don't know what the fuck that's
good.
all about.
That's nice.
Might be what Matt's experiencing. I don't know.
Delusions?
Matt's experiencing hallucinations. A big difference.
well,
there.
yeah, you have to define that a little bit more in experiencing. Yeah.
What happened to Daniel?
Like I said, you guys are like saying, "Why do you leave after?" I was like, at the 2-hour mark, the fucking thing just goes blank on me. Like I told you the other day.
That's the
I
strangest.
didn't know you were still on. I thought it was like fucking done.
I don't know.
Done.
Yeah, but I've never done that to you. I've never just.
No, I thought it was some kind of timer thing that just does it.
No.
You know, like your time run out or something.
The only time we got a
Jerry
timer
can leave and we could all just keep on gabbing. We've done that.
We have a timer, but it's more to the point of how long we've been on, not how long we have.
Yeah, but Jerry, you said you had a different.
54 minutes.
You were using a different server. That's when it started doing that. I thought, maybe this thing just cuts off.
No, you keep saying that. I told you I got new internet company out here.
That's what I mean.
So far seems to be working.
Better.
Who knows what'll happen next week? Who knows what'll happen next week? All these companies suck. If you go on and look, I got Viasat now. So you go online, look them up. Everybody hates them too. So no matter who you have, you hate them, and so does everybody else. But unfortunately, the way they have it,
never heard.
You only got so many choices.
Oh, check this. I thought about you leaving work today, Jerry. There's a sign now when I'm leaving work, when I'm getting on the highway, right next to our gas station, right next to our gas station on property. There's a HughesNet sign, and it says free internet. Call blah 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 to see if you apply.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know why they're
free
giving it away
internet.
for free. It sucks.
Yeah, it's garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, free internet. Well, all satellite is the same. And I mean, I used to have Comcast, like regular
Internet.
cable. They suck too. Their customer service was fucking horrible. They sent a guy to my house to hook up my cable. I called a week in advance, told him when I needed it done. First day I was there, made sure everything was turned off at the old place on that day, put on in the new. They send a fucking guy. I can't do the job. He says he shows up, says I can't do the job, and walks away. Like,
Why the fuck show up?
Wow.
Just for courtesy, he shows up and says "fuck you" to your face.
I don't
That's
know.
crazy,
He barely
dude.
spoke fucking English. I don't know. I guess he didn't have enough wires. I don't know what the problem was. He never bothered to tell me. I was pissed.
Was he a
But
contractor or
never
did he
mind.
have
No,
a
he's one of
contract?
these installer guys. They're all like down here. I don't know about anywhere else, but down here they're all independent contractors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
independent
Come and
Yeah,
they
contractors.
that's
go,
Yeah.
and you
that's what.
usually don't get the
Yeah.
same guy twice. So,
See, that's what I did, and you didn't have an option of fucking saying you couldn't do it. That wasn't an option. There was only three companies. One of those were Atrex. I worked for that one. There was MJ Halgard Construction. I worked for that one, and then there was what was that fucking other dude? Like some industrial sounding name. They did other like big construction jobs too, but they had a wiring crew that did this and that and everything for big building structures, everything. They even pull a hardwire if you want them to. Or not hardwire, but trunk line, main trunk for the cable stuff, for the firewire, I guess
yeah,
you call it, direct direct connection stuff. But yeah, they were man. Where I was at, you didn't have no fucking choice. If you go to a man's house and you ain't got no cable, you better turn your ass around and call your supervisor as you're heading back to the shop. Tell him to come open the fucking thing, even if it's after hours, so you can get some cable. And tell him to put the call in and take $20 off of whatever he owes us because we fucked up, and it comes out of our check. So
yeah. Well,
when you run a business
I
like
don't know.
that, dude,
We
I
had
was making
24. We had 24 because they never bothered to unhook the wires and pull them out of the box and maybe cut the ends off or something like that, right?
yeah.
They just left them the fuck in there.
Mm.
Finding my wire took like 10 fucking minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
So they had this other guy who was stealing cable down. He took a cable, went like Walmart or some fucking thing, and he dragged it down. He fucked up the entire half, and mine too, which really pissed me off. Of the building's fucking cable, at like 7, 8 o'clock, the whole fucking thing would go off. And I'm calling and I'm telling these people, I got commercials every 3 minutes. If you see someone stealing cable, let us know. I called, nobody answered, left a message 15 times. I'd call the next day and tell them what's going on. I need the cable fixed. Well, we're not finding any problems right now. No shit. It happens at night. And this guy is the cause of it. I finally went out with a pair of tin snips and I cut the wire in like 7 places and then stole 2 pieces of it and threw it in the dumpster. That way he couldn't splice it together if he hadn't. He didn't have no splicing stuff, but just in case.
Yeah.
I'd say if I got to sit here and look at a blank blue screen, so are you, asshole.
Yeah. That's crazy though, man, because your incentive is to do everything you can within your time frame at that particular residence so you can get paid your piecework. Because every piece of digital equipment, every modem, DCT, music, anything that you installed, uh, you get paid like $11 for a digital box on a TV, 25 extra bucks for a modem, and you actually install it into the computer and get their internet working. Plus, if you had to hang a new line, and 9 out of 10 times I would hang a new line just so I could get that extra $25. I mean, there's days, man, I could go in one house and rack up 250, $300 a pop, and do that
Yeah.
9 times a day.
I
But
think we got a problem. Stephen Tolliver has installed radar on his property.
radar.
That's what he says. I don't fucking know.
Air
Wherever
traffic controller
ATC with
tower.
radar is.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
see.
Might as well.
Air traffic control with radar. Listen, how many goddamn, what are you, running drugs now? What are you doing? How many planes you got running in and out of there? You
He's
need a fucking air traffic control. You can't just look up and see nobody's there and go.
He's watching for the government infiltrators coming into his property.
Shit, he got 4 night vision viewing posts all around the top floor of his house, I'm guessing. So
I think he just wants me to come work for him. Is what he wants.
I want to be I just want to be the mayor. That's all I said. That's all I want to do.
I don't even want to go there. You don't have to get a booby trap. He's got booby traps. I guarantee it. Little poppers, man, all over the place. You hit the fucking tripwire and they blow your legs off.
Hell, all he has to do is secede. He could secede from the United States right there in that little spot and call it Tolliver Land and set up an airport and a good place.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You want to take the fucking property that he spent probably $2 million on and call it after you?
No, I said Tolliver. I didn't say me. I said Tolliver. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Tolliver Land.
I was going to say
no, regular land. Yeah, let's just call it regular land too. Fuck, what the hell, right?
Shit. Rectum land. Yeah, there you go.
Rectum land, hell. Be like fucking, you'd have to get a Lolita Express to fly in and out of that motherfucker, though. If I'm the mayor anyway, there's going to be lots of women. Going to be lots of women.
I want to stay here because I got to tell you, it's starting to scare me now a little bit. He's got the radar and the air traffic control, and God, you just know he has booby traps.
Man, I heard
people murdered out there.
I heard chimpanzees make really good watchdogs. I would make it a chimpanzee sanctuary is what I would do. And,
in Montana. Yeah, because chimpanzees are known from coming from the
Alps. Are you volunteering? Or what?
What the fuck? Shit. I ain't swinging for no tree. Yeah, Siberian tiger. There you go.
The size of some horse. He's got these fucking dogs that are as big as a horse. I mean, what else do you need?
Well, you need monkeys to ride on the back of the door. You could dress them warm. I mean, shit. Right. Just like they're going into battle.
Well, or you just build a big moat all the way around, 75,000 acres, and fill that sumbitch with fucking alligators or crocodiles.
Yeah.
Unless they're coming in from above, they're not coming in.
You just fill it with mines instead, because alligators can crawl toward the house too.
Hey, listen, Stephen, have you named this place like Ruby Ridge or anything like that? Because I gotta tell you, you're starting to worry me just a little bit there. Yeah. You know, you had the plane, now you got a fucking chopper. You're talking about putting a 50 cal belly gun on it. You know, you got your fucking radar, and you know, are you gonna build tunnels and shit?
Got a recruiting station over there or something too?
Everybody gets gorilla suits.
You just know he's building a bunker next.
Yep.
Yeah, I wear a large and a ghillie suit, Stephen. So.
Jesus.
Right.
Daryl's getting into this. I gotta tell you,
just do it.
I think we're all being radicalized by Stephen.
Okay, one large gorilla suit coming up.
I'll take a gorilla suit and a ghillie suit.
Right.
So I want a white ghillie suit too, though, because it snows a lot, and I want
I
to
got
lay up.
news for you. If you're gonna lay out in the snow, you can't be my friend anymore.
Hey, if that suit's warm enough, hell, it wouldn't bother me a bit.
You know, I'll come fight the war in the summer, but once the summer is over, I gotta go home. Bunker has been under construction for a while. Oh, Jesus fucking
How
Christ.
did I figure that one?
Oh boy. I have to tell you something, guys. I think he's trying to radicalize us.
He's gonna make them. Yeah, if they want to get him, they're gonna have to hit him with a J-dam.
Building a militia down here or something.
Listen, you know, I can't fight a war. I'm too fat. Actually, I've lost quite a bit of weight, but still, I got arthritis, and I don't like the cold. And
Oh yeah, you took that 25-pound shit yesterday, huh?
Down to 240 pounds, man. I've lost like 25 pounds.
What do you think about those old boys that take ice baths to keep their muscles from knotting up on them and shit? I do not understand how.
If I was around them, I'd shoot them like them polar bear motherfuckers. I'd shoot them as they came out. I'd warm them right the fuck up. They'd fall back in the water, and I wouldn't have to listen to them anymore. Tell me how great it is. You're a fucking idiot if you're jumping into an iceberg fucking thing. Okay, I'm sorry. You're a fucking idiot. You know, that's why the polar bears ain't always in the fucking water, because it's fucking cold, you idiots.
Right. You know,
I don't like to fly. I didn't like the choppers they gave us in the Marine Corps, and I'm not flying with you. It's not personal. I think you're a good guy and everything, but I think you're completely insane at this point. So there'll be no Jerry in the door gunner. No. I'll be back in the rear with the gear. That's where I'm going to be.
There you go.
At my house on the dirt here, you know. I'll wait for anybody who looks. If anybody comes on here and looks tricky, I'll shoot him.
I'll be the one driving the armored Bradley in the back with you, buddy.
Dear God.
We'll follow him up.
He'll get one of them next.
Don't give him any ideas, Daryl.
Well, if you got a massive property, you got to have a Bradley. You got to have at least a military Hummer with a turret mount on top of it. Something, I mean.
I'm just worried about what he thinks is coming. What the fuck? What does he know that we don't? We're all making fun of him. He's going to be sitting in his bunker, watching his 85-inch TV, and surrounded by guns, bullets, and God knows what else, and dogs the size of elephants. And we're going to be sitting here getting shot at, and we're going to be pissed at Steven. We're going to have to make our way to Montana just to kill him.
I mean, hell, Afghanistan has a whole bunch of fucking brand new military equipment that did probably sell for pretty fucking cheap, because it was free to them.
That's a good plan, Nick. Thanks. We're all going to jail now.
The communist elk herd is coming to get him in Montana here. Those goddamn elk, they're fucking communists. You know what I mean?
Pesky elk, I tell you.
People are not allowed to own tanks. Why? See, listen, Bo Diddley, stop giving him ideas.
Yeah, I don't know if I want a tank. They're too slow. I like I say, I take armored Bradley any day over a tank. Probably armored Humvee as well. Either one.
If you have a tank, it shoots really big bullets. People are afraid of really big bullets. They're scared of tiny ones. They're terrified of big fucking bullets.
Yeah, but when they send everybody,
they're going there. You could probably make your point. I would think. I don't know.
Yeah,
at least
more to get your point across.
When they said everybody gets sawed, in half by. Get sawed in half by a 50 mil. That'd be a deterrent too, though, wouldn't it? I mean, yeah, M249 or 50 cal, either one mounted on top. Done. Actually, be a little more
better than a 50 cal.
Hey, Steven, get some Predator drones.
50 caliber, if you can load it fast enough or have enough ammunition. First of all, you can't shoot it for that long, but you could hit every inch of a football field with that. The problem is you can't really do it because your barrel would melt in half. and you have to
Right.
take time to take the barrel off and put the new one on, so you would lose that timing. But you could do it if you had to. I've shot a 50 cal. I shot the shit out of a Jeep with a 50. It was pretty cool. The Jeep actually moved a little bit, not much, but a little bit.
Yeah, they cause
It's
a
pretty
pink
cool.
mist and pretty
That's my favorite thing.
undeniably deterrent.
That's a
I
big
mean,
ass
You can
bullet.
cut it if you got trees and shit. You want to cut down? Just take your 50 cal and just keep doing this. You get 10 acres of land in one day.
well, hell, everybody should have one then. Fuck their landscaping tools. I mean, shit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they
We've been doing
identify as landscape. I like
it.
it.
We've been doing it wrong the whole fucking time. Holy shit.
50
They
cal weed eater.
they will saw a motherfucker in half real quick. That is a big deterrent. And a
I
308
told
sniper
my
rifle,
wife I wanted to do the wall with watchtowers. Who the fuck are you hiring to stand in a watchtower? Oh my God.
no, he's listening to Jimi Hendrix all
If he
along the
comes on here and
watchtower.
says he's a general, we're going to block him. If he comes on here and says he's a general, we're going to block him, because I'm
He's
going to tell you,
building a
I ain't going through
compound.
what he went through with the FBI fucking eye. I'm sorry.
The infiltration has begun.
I have to tell you, Stephen is worrying me a little bit. This whole thing with the government is starting to get a little scary here.
Yeah, if I had
Scorpion
money,
canceled. Why are you helping him, Max? Why are you helping him?
I would just go be a peckerwood up in the woods in a little cabin somewhere with a nice, cool Siberian husky and maybe a couple of lap dogs and bake apple pies the rest of my fucking life. Wouldn't need all that other bullshit.
Listen, why do you keep wanting to go places it's cold? Don't you know you're going to get old and arthritic eventually? And that shit's going to fucking hurt. Take my word for it.
Or freeze to fucking
You'll
death.
see me get out of bed on a cold morning. It's fun.
But yeah, I've seen it pretty cold before. Man, it is bone chilling, but I don't know. I get
And then you
attracted to
got to cut
mountains. That's for sure.
firewood. You got to
Oh
cut
yeah.
firewood and all that shit. I mean, dude, you're not getting any younger. You're going to have a fucking stroke and the dog's going to starve.
Or not.
Or not. No, for a little while
Well, at
anyway.
least not for a while. Yeah,
For
not
a
for a while.
while.
Yeah.
Till he
Yeah.
figures
Yeah.
out, okay, this
And he'll
motherfucker's got
become the
to
best
go.
dog guard in the world.
Yeah.
He'll become the best guard dog in the world, guarding your dead body, because that's his
right.
groceries for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He'll be
Yep.
fighting off wolves and bears and a fucking elk or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't think I'd want to go to like Washington State or Vermont or any fucking northern states. I just about mid United States, anywhere along that plain where there's mountainous regions is pretty
No,
cool.
those
Did you
people
get-
are
mountains
batshit
in
crazy
Tennessee,
anyway.
don't you?
Well,
you got a
yeah,
lot
it's
of mountains in
Appalachian Trail, basically. Or no, it's the fuck. What do they call it? Yeah, it is, isn't it?
My
Appalachian
buddy
Trail.
used to live
Part
in
of it.
my buddy used
Smoky
to live in Franklin
Mountains.
in the Marine Corps, and he lived. Is there a Lookout Mountain?
Oh yeah, that's in Chattanooga. That's
He lived
south.
down by Nashville. Oh, it's not that then. He lived down by Nashville on this mountain. So to get to his house, you had to go up a hill where the incline was 90 degrees. And if you stopped, you flipped over and just rolled down the hill, I think. But you would get going. You'd need to be doing 70 because by the time, and an automatic, I had an automatic, and it was a small 8-cylinder. And by the time I got halfway up, I looked down. I'm doing 30 miles a fucking hour, and I'm flooring it. It's not going anywhere.
That is funny you say that, man. The girl I first married, my first wife, was from Florida. I met her in Inverness and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, her and her brother were moving, she and I, back to Tennessee. And I told him, I said, man, you better make sure your fucking truck is worthy because I've heard Florida vehicles are like kind of pussies. They're not built like the ones up north.
No,
They
they're
know
built
they
more
have,
not to rust. Down
right.
here, they're built more not to rust.
Right, right. But it ain't that they lack power. It's just a different altitude, and they run different
Yeah.
because they're tuned
No,
different.
it's true. No, it's true.
And
It's true.
yeah, yeah. Even like the old ones, they built brain boxes in them different, like that adjusted the air fuel ratios and whatnot in the carburetor. Anything from what 80 something on because they were electronic. And but anyway, I said make sure you got some balls behind whatever you drive, man, because when you hit the fucking hills in Chattanooga, it's gonna blow your mind. It's not gonna be something that you've ever experienced before. And he was all excited
Oh,
about coming to Tennessee. And when he hit the side of Signal Mountain down in Chattanooga, he was like, "Holy fuck, man, what is this?" And
yeah.
by the time,
I went. I went to visit him, and in this one place, I had to change the clock 4 times because it kept going in and
yeah,
out of the fucking
time zone,
time
yeah,
zone.
yeah,
Finally, I gave up. I had no time. I had no idea what time it was for like 2 hours. I was like,
yeah. I'm in the Central time zone,
yeah. Well,
but
it
there's
kept going
Eastern
and
and
back,
yeah,
mountain and all kinds of shit. I don't know what it. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but I just remember it changed like 3 times on one fucking
yeah.
mountain.
Yeah, if I have to go one county over and if I like to do a job interview or something, they're an hour ahead of me, so I have to leave an hour early to make that happen right. So
It was
One
pretty
county over.
though. I'll say that it was pretty. I mean, when
oh
you're
yeah,
driving and you look over and see a fucking cloud, that's really cool and incredibly scary when you haven't seen that before.
yeah, you're
Because
in the
it's like,
clouds, that's for sure.
and then
Yeah.
you see a house right across the road on another mountain or the same one, but just over there where you can see it. And there's clouds in the front yard. I'm like, I don't think
Right.
I'd like living there too much. I don't know,
Only
because that's a long fall to the bottom.
only time I want
And
to
I
see
was drinking
clouds
back then, so that
is
could
if
have
I
happened.
look up or if I'm in a fucking airplane and I'm above the sun bitches.
Yeah, and if I see clouds because I'm in an airplane, I'm still fucking worried.
Yeah, well, that
Yeah.
that is kind of
I like
worrisome.
the clouds to be above me, like in Florida. See, all the clouds are up. It's beautiful. When I'm driving along, look over and see if it's raining next to me, and I can see the fucking rain coming out of the goddamn cloud. I don't like that shit. I'm against it.
I'll tell you why I like Tennessee, man. You got four seasons. Like I say, sometimes you get to see all four of them in one day, but if it, like I don't know, it's kind of like how do you appreciate the sun if you are never without it? And there's times that we go around here like a whole fucking week, not even get to see the sunlight.
Oh, we
And
do too now. It didn't used to be that way, but we do too now. We'll go
mhm,
10, 12 days sometimes without sun. It's actually, I don't mind not having sun because it's not beating down on you. But after 10 or 12 days, it
yeah,
kind of does something to your mental status. It's like,
it
damn, man,
does.
when's the sun coming
But
out again?
usually in the
That kind
South
of thing.
though, if there's no sun, it's most likely probably piss ass raining the entire
It's
week.
as raining and or
All
snowing.
right, yeah,
One of the two.
yeah.
Well,
The
we got two
yeah.
feet of snow here one year. 2 feet's a lot when you have never driven in 2 feet of snow.
Yeah, we
And
never had 2 feet, but here a few years ago we had like got snowed on 3 times within 1 month, which is a record here in Louisiana.
right,
And the the deepest was probably a good 6 inches of snow.
you know, we my wife and I at the time I was just talking about went back to Florida to visit her mother, and we just had my oldest boy Dustin, and of course we were in a family car, and this was in roughly 90, I think 91, something like that. Anyway, I bought an 86 or 87, no, it might have been 88 even, LTD four door. Great little car, V6 automatic. And it was pristine. Some old lady up in the hills had it and never drove it, had 40,000 miles on it. Pretty cherry. Anyway, we took it to Florida, drove like a damn top. I really liked the car. And one day my wife told me, head out, grab some milk, I don't have anything to feed the baby. So I head out. I go get some milk. I'm on my way back, and there's a little Italian restaurant right by where she lives at. So I go to turn in, and this fucking Italian dude drives his Cadillac right out in front of me. And I nail him, total my car. I mean, it shoves the damn hood plumb up in the windshield. And fuck, I ate the steering wheel, everything, dude. Knocked my fucking tooth out. And I thought it gave me a damn concussion there for a minute because I couldn't get my bearings for a couple minutes. Hell, I was doing 45 when I hit him and wasn't paying attention to, to really what was going on. And driving with one hand, too. So when I ate that fucking steering wheel, I sat back and everything just kind of flashed like, what the fuck, what happened? So 20 minutes goes by, and this guy comes out, and he's fucking drunk. I mean, he was pulled out in front of me, drunk driving. And anyway, I had to go buy another car because mine got totaled, and I claimed it on his insurance company. I bought a Dodge Daytona Turbo in Florida, so it was tuned for Florida. I brought it back to Tennessee. We decided to come back home. Had to stop and put tires on it on the way back, but got home and it snowed 2 feet of fucking snow from the time we went to bed till the time we woke up. And it was like 72 degrees the night before. I didn't understand how. It blew my mind. But I ended up tearing all the synchronizers out of the transmission of that car, fucked the turbo up, all kind of stuff, trying to get out of the snowbank. And that was just kind of my story on why Florida cars are not good in Tennessee unless you tune them. But
my first car was a 68 Camaro with a straight 250 in it. It was great down here. I drove it to Washington, D.C., and within a month, all the compression was gone out of the engine. It would barely start.
Yeah.
And the guy came, I sold it for like $200. This guy, he came out and checked the compression, and he said it was, I don't remember what it was. It's fucking years ago, but it was way below what it was supposed to be. And
Yeah.
I wish I still had that car.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It made it all 1,200 miles, about 1,000 miles to DC.
Yeah. That's kind of what I want to do, man. 67 to 69 Camaro is kind of my thing. That's always, I guess you could say, my dream car. And my plan was to buy one. Of course, the garage I had while I was married, that was what everything was being set up for. Was I had 2 cars I were going to build, and I was going to sell them and take the money from that and buy me a Camaro project and build it with like a WS, big block Chevy, like a Ram Air Trans Am had. What was it? WS6, I think is what the engine package was called. Had a 4L60 transmission and was already kind of tuned for street rodding. But it was an all aluminum motor. And if you buy a wrecked vehicle, you can get the you can get the whole wiring harness for the engine and basically just plug it in. And it's a plug and play setup you can run from a programmer on the dash. And that's what my plan was. But you can't find them now, dude. They're fucking, even just a bare bones is 20 grand. You're not going to find them.
It's not, 60, and your cars, there are not many barn finds with them anymore.
No.
Or
my mom
like
and dad
that.
when my dad was stationed in Fort Polk down here, he bought a 68 Camaro right off the showroom floor for like $3,700.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude.
It was a 327, 3-speed on the floor with 327 horses.
Yeah,
ran like a spotted ass
pretty
8.
good. Yes, 327 was a pretty good motor for them but they were so fucking light in the ass end. You hit a speed bump, man. It would turn the car around if you hit it fast enough. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you definitely need a 4-link and drop it down in the rear end where it's not so bouncy. Those leaf springs were a little too much.
The guys I knew, there were 3 guys that had the same car, and what they did is they went to at the time it was Scotty's. And they bought 4 bags of concrete at 80 pounds a pop and put them in the trunk.
Right.
They
It's
said
like
that
my
How
happened.
old are
vet. Like my vet. It's so fucking light.
they?
You know, it's got the original. It's a 99. It's got the original, LS1, 350, and but it's hopped up and custom tuned and everything else to put out about 500 horses. You talk about hit a bump and want to lose the ass ends,
Yeah,
real easy,
yeah.
especially with 12-inch tires on the back and 11 and a half on the front.
That's what
The wide.
Buford Pusser was driving when
Jeff
he
Knobloch
got
said
killed, wasn't it?
he's got a '67 RSSS Camaro.
Oh my God, dude, you're my new
Oh,
best
wow.
friend. Who's got that?
Yeah, I wish I still had that fucking car. That was made of real metal and everything. It was great.
I tell you, the one opportunity that I missed doing when I was young, when I was 17, our local dealership, Marlowe Motor Company, had a 87 Grand National Turbo Buick. And at the time, I did not know it, but there was only 550 of those cars made in that year. And I had the opportunity to buy one of them. And the only thing that detoured me from doing it was the insurance. And mom wouldn't co-sign on the fucking note with me because the insurance was so high. And I was 17-year-old at the time. But if I could have bought that car and kept it relatively in decent shape, it'd be worth 75, 80,000 bucks right now.
No, they
Maybe
sold
even
one
more.
yesterday for 240 something.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ugly goddamn car. I don't understand it. But yeah,
Ugly,
they
dude.
sold it for 240 something.
That's one of the most beautiful body styles ever built. That car had an awesome stance. Another story, man. I got a friend I used to work with. His name Jason, and apparently there was this lady had a car in a barn, and his friend told him about it, that he had been there doing some work, and she was like, I gotta get this old car out of the barn and make room. My grandkids don't want the old car. Blah blah blah. It was a '70 model Chevelle Super Sport, but it was a 396 car, 4-speed factory, but it was bought by a boy that went off to Vietnam and died, never came home. I had like 250 miles on it. I mean, it had not been drove. He just bought it and went to war. And he bought that motherfucker for $5,000. Everybody left. We're done.
No, I know what they're talking about. They wouldn't take a piss or something.
Uh,
No, that Buick Grand National. I don't think it's very good looking at all. I really don't.
That was
I don't think
what
it
they
is.
call those. They're like a F. What do they call them? A J body, F body. I think it's F body.
Doesn't do it for me. I tell you.
They are factory high horsepower turbo V6 automatic.
Yeah, I mean, the car is all great and everything, but I gotta have a car that I like looking at too.
Well, yeah.
I don't
Right.
like it. I don't like looking at it. It doesn't look good to me, really.
Right. Yeah. Right. Man, that was kind of the one opportunity I missed to make some money, though. That's for sure. I probably would have never sold it, though. I'd honestly probably still be driving it, but I'm pretty dedicated to my old vehicles if it's something I really like. Like my truck the other day, I was on my way back from the grocery store and started bucking and jumping and acting a fool. I was like, "Holy shit, something going on." So I did. I bought a scanner, one of those you plug into your port and scan the codes and shit. So told me there was a number 2 cylinder misfire, and it could be a burnt valve, could be a coil, could be a spark plug, could be It could be a vacuum tube off the PCV valve. It could be any fucking thing. So I went ahead with the most simplest shit, but it almost was the most expensive shit you could have done. But I had to buy a new coil for it, and I just went ahead and changed the spark plugs while I was at it. That was $150. Just
Yeah, what happened, man? What the
oh
fuck happened? That shit used to cost $10 for all that
yeah,
shit.
right. Yeah, it's
A
ridiculous.
goddamn alternator. You could get a fucking alternator for my car, my Camaro. I had $25. I had to put one on one
Yeah.
time.
Now
Okay, 25
now a
fucking
one
dollars.
wire.
Now a goddamn alternator for my truck now is like $275.
Yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah. It's because it's talking to the fucking computer and going through all that bullshit.
Oh
The
God,
car
I hate
does
that so much.
the car does self diagnosis like 452,000 times a second and
Well, I
communicates
mean,
back.
like
Ridiculous.
back in the old days, you go to fucking Sharky's junkyard and
Yep.
find the same car and take the fucking part off of it. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now you have to have it reprogrammed to make it work on your car.
Yep.
Yep.
It's
That's
pretty
fact.
stupid.
And I got a
Pretty stupid.
Dodge, which is nice because they only let Dodge do shit on the car. You can't even get it. You can't even buy a key and program it yourself. You got to go to Dodge, and they charge you like it's like $100 for the, or I think it's actually like $75 for the key, and it's like
Yeah.
$100 to program it to the vehicle. And I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
And nobody will work on the air conditioner because nobody has the new machine for the new Freon bullshit that is environmentally safe. Which, by the way, they told us the last shit was biological or it was
Right.
safe for the environment. But this apparently is safer. I think safer means going to cost you a shitload because it's like $60
Yes.
for 6 ounces or some shit.
Right.
Man, I tell you,
So
I got I got a guy. Speaking of how high everything is, I called around different locksmiths because usually that's your best. Yeah, that could be your best idea when you're trying to get your key replaced because they can do a scan on your key and reprogram it through their little thing there. They got a laptop in the back of their van. But
yeah,
anyway, I was at work one day and I walked by this fucking fan and my keys, I keep them on a gator clip on, or not a gator clip, but a clip on my side and a carabine. And the key flopped out and went in between the fucking louvers on the fan and snapped my truck key off. I was like, out of all the fucking keys on my key ring, that's the most important one for me when I get ready to go home today. And
yeah,
so I happen to remember I had a buddy that just started doing this shit, and he was trying to get his name out there. Anyway, he was doing, from what I heard, he was doing great work. Just bought about an $85,000 piece of equipment, the van, and all the cutter and the programmers, all that shit. So I
yeah.
gave him a call. I gave him a call. He said, "Hell yeah, dude, I'll drive right out to you." He said, "You got your old key?" I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "What would it cost to get a key fob made for my truck?" And I said, "I lost it. I don't know where it's at." He said, "Well, I tell you what, I'll charge you $50 for the key fob. I'll cut you a key, program the key and the key fob for $50." I was like, "Fuck, are you making any
Yeah.
money?" He's
Right.
like, "Yeah, yeah,
So
I'm making." He said, "Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
making money at $50."
that's all fuck. That shit is garbage. That's all it is. It's
Yeah.
just because you have that little thing inside the key.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, I tried to go buy like my Ford. I had like 6 fucking keys for my Ford. I bought them off of eBay actually. And you
Right.
go into the truck, and I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but I swear to God, it was something like you turn the key 8 fucking times, and you turn it back off, and then you hit the unlock button, and you do this, and you do, like 7 different things, and it programmed the key. You can only program 2 at a time. That's the thing, which is
Right.
fine. But I had like
yeah.
6. When I turned that truck in for this one, I turned in 6 fucking keys to this truck.
Yeah, my dad's like that. Surprisingly, for a '99, it's got a shitload of technology in it. I mean, I've got a ODB2 reader
Yeah.
tuner that I tuned the vet with, custom tune. But on the steering wheel. You can read all the
All the stuff.
ODB2 codes, everything. It
Yeah.
tells you in plain English, because I have a digital display there in the
Yeah.
OSD. It tells you exactly what the fucking code is, whether it's a current code, a history code, what it is. You don't have to go look the shit up online. It tells you exactly what it is. And then the keys. Now, the thing is, this car has 0 keyholes to open the fucking car on the 2
Right.
doors. The key will not open the car. It's a key fob. Well, I had to buy another key fob, just a key fob, because it just died. One of them don't work, and I had to get another one. I couldn't make one of them work. The other one, I don't know, it took a shit. The buttons got fucked up. I paid
Shit.
$105 for that key fob. It was the only one I could find
Damn.
on any site. It was there, and it was like brand new. So I bought that. Now the trick is, and the car programs the key fob. You know, you can do it through the steering wheel. I'm like, well, that's cool, but if your battery dies, you can't open your fucking car
Mhm.
Yeah.
till your battery's charged. There's
Yeah.
no way to open
Yeah.
any part of the car.
Then you can't open
Yeah.
the hood either because the hood release is in the car.
The hood, the hatchback, you can't open the 2 doors. There's no
You know,
keyholes in
I
the doors.
understand why they did that, because a lot of people were getting shit stole out of their car back in the 70s. So they came up with the fucking, you got to open it from inside. But, I used to like being able to walk out of my cars, open the fucking hood, be happy without having to have keys and every other damn thing that I know I'm going to forget when I walk out the fucking door. I have to go back and get. It's like. And then I
Yep.
go in there and under the hood, I can't get my hands in half of the fucking places. And I drive a truck. I don't drive a car. I drive a truck. And it's not like it's a 6-cylinder engine, but still, I should be. And then, every piece of electronic equipment that is going to go bad. And all I can think in my head is if it goes bad, not only can I not leave the property, I can never leave the property because I don't know anybody or have any friends. So I'm fucked.
Right? Yeah, I changed the spark plug probably twice in my truck since I bought it in 2006, and Dodge Ram 1500, and it's an 8-cylinder. Getting to those 2 back plugs is a bitch, and it's all deep socket shit,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, just a pain in the knuckle busting nonstop job to
I had
change
an
the spark
S10
plugs.
like that. You had to take the front driver's side tire off to get to the one spark plug because there was an opening like a flap in the goddamn firewall. I'm sorry, the underwheel wheel well, and you lift it up and you had a perfect shot at it, but you had to take the fucking tire off because I couldn't get my arm, my hand, and that into this thing and be able to see what the fuck I was doing.
You say
Because you
it.
don't want to. You got an idea
Luckily,
when
I
it's
have
loose,
the
but you want to
yeah,
bring
luckily I
it
have the
back and you
ratchet
want to be
set.
able to see it so it ain't falling off on the ground.
Yeah, lucky I have the ratchet set, big old set that and it's a Craftsman, got handed down from my deceased grandfather, my mom's dad. Big ass case of everything you can imagine in it, and it's got the long extensions, the swivel things that you could you can
Yeah.
do all. That's the only way I could change those 2 back plugs in that fucking truck. That's it. I had no
Swivel
other
things
choice.
are a pain in the fucking ass too, because
And
if you
yeah,
don't
and
get
try
it
to
just
get it
right,
right.
it swivels, but it won't fucking turn. I swear, I
Exactly.
hate them fucking. I have a 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 3/4, or 1/2 inch and 3/4. I got 4 of them, but I hate using them fucking things.
Jerry,
But
I was like you. I'm like you. I hate those motherfuckers that have the 2 knuckles that swivel. I ended
yeah,
up finding a swivel that was like a ball joint on a car. That had a ball that went down in and it was sealed, and it would
yeah,
pivot on any axis. It was really good. I've still got it somewhere. I
yeah.
don't know. But if I ever bring all my tools from work home, I'm fucked. I ain't gonna have no place to put them. I've already got more here than I know what to do with. Shit, man.
That's what fucking living room's for. That's what the fucking
Yeah.
living room's for. Are you kidding me?
My, yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
if I didn't live here with my wife,
Yeah.
Every freaking electrical tool I have, whether it be battery out, because I bring my drills in the wintertime. So I got a charging table behind these flags, and it's just full of chargers right now. Every electrical tool I own, because everything sits out in the barn and it just fucking rots. You pick it up one day, it won't work.
Yeah.
Because of the humidity and then the cold in the winter and everything else. You know, and like I got a Milwaukee Sawzall that I love because that thing is just, you know, it comes in handy for a lot of shit. And, you know, it's like I can't be replacing all this shit all the time.
Yeah. I've got to where I buy Milwaukee everything now, man. I've got a cordless impact I use at work. And man, that bitch has got more torque than anything I've ever owned. I just don't understand how they make that much torque out of 12 volts. But
well,
yeah, I only loot Milwaukee shit now. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm
Old Milwaukee lag.
Yeah, right. Milwaukee's best.
The beast.
Milwaukee has always been pretty good. DeWalt used to be great, but now all the shit's made in China, and all their drills are like.
Oh no, the Makita is the shit now. The Makita shit.
I have a Makita planer. I got a Makita planer. It's pretty good, but DeWalt, all the gears are now plastic. You know, same thing with Craftsman. They used to make really pretty good tools, but all their electrical tools suck now. I had a Craftsman Buckler for 20 fucking years. It was great.
They're the same company now, DeWalt and Craftsman. They make the same drill.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, well,
but Milwaukee,
I got a Ryobi that's stronger than the DeWalt.
Man, I've got an old Hitachi in there that'll break your fucking arm drill. You got to be careful. I named it Bubba because it was pretty tough shit.
Hitachi used to be good.
Yeah. Oh, this is it's a really old. It's like a full horsepower corded drill. Got a big ass handle comes out the side. Oh, it'll torque it. I mean, it'll break a drill bit real quick.
I got an old Craftsman corded drill that works great. It will literally break your wrist. And I got a Skill one that's a little bit smaller, but it won't break your wrist, but it's still pretty strong. But I don't use them no more. And you know what I use them for? For many years, I used them as outlet testers. And I'll use them like when I start up the generators, I'll test all the outlets with them out in the barn. In the house, I now have an outlet tester. I use that. But yeah, that's what I used them for. They still work.
Yeah, I have the Craftsman drill. That another hand me down from my grandfather. And hell,
is it silver?
No, it's red.
I've got a silver one. Yeah,
it's strong as fuck. You got it. I mean, it has a little variable speed and it's trigger sensitive, but boy, it's really sensitive. You have to go real slow, or it's gonna spin up on your ass.
Man, I was so impressed with Milwaukee.
Orbital buffer that I used to use when I was working, and it weighed about 15 fucking pounds because it was made of metal.
Yeah.
And I bought it at a pawn shop. I was like, yeah, fuck, give me that. That'll last forever. And it really did. But one day I was using it like a year or two ago, and it just stopped. And then the smell came, and I was like, oh, shit, man. That's just a sad fucking day. Truly a sad fucking day. When my tools go bad, like shit I've used a long time, that's sad for me. I don't know. I think there's something wrong with me.
Give them a proper burial.
Losing a dog or something,
Yeah, I know. I got this Harbor Freight. I got this Harbor Freight angle grinder. I use it as a cutoff. I used it for a cutoff wheel for years, and it's starting to make that whirring sound, like really bad now. That when they're about to just say, you know what, fuck you, I'm old, okay. And I'm like, I
You
can't
can buy a set
imagine
of
not having
brushes.
that fucking tool.
You can buy a
Yeah,
set of
not
brushes for it. I've
yeah.
got,
Listen,
man, I've got
I don't know.
well, two of them are brand new and two of them are old, but I got two Makitas and two Hitachis that are like old school grinders, but they still look brand new. Um, I mean, I've used the shit out of them, but I always took real good care of them and rolled the cord back up and put them back in their box, you know. Um, but fuck, I wore out three sets of brushes in them damn things. Take it apart, change the brushes.
Maybe I do that.
Shit,
Maybe I
I'm
do
not
that.
gonna bury them.
But for a harbor freight, I mean, their drills sucked. I've had two of their drills. One I dropped from a ladder about 10 foot, 15 foot, whatever it was in the air, and
Yeah.
that was never the same. And the next one, they just weren't very strong. But that was my first cordless drill, so whatever. I got better ones now, but that fucking angle grinder, it's orange, just like they used to be. A Chicago tool, I think, but that's all worn off by now. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Christ, that thing, I've had it for like 10, 12 years now.
All right.
Never let me down.
I got
I
the
used to cut
old.
doorknobs off when people would move out and not give you the key, which was like 90% of the fucking time because they were pissed. They didn't pay the fucking rent and trash the place, but they're pissed at me. So anyway, I used to just cut the doorknobs off and open the door. It was great. I don't think I ever used that fucking thing with the guard on it, and it's made for a 4-inch disc. I always put 5-inch discs on them. I mean, that thing lasted a long time for being misused like that.
Yeah, no point in kicking in the door and causing yourself more work. You have to
Yeah,
change fucking, molding and
Yeah.
everything.
Change a
Kick it in.
doorknob. That's
because
it.
once you get the doorknob off, the cover falls off, and you just stick a screwdriver in there. You can pull that
Yeah,
back,
well,
and
I
it's
get
dead
Just
bolt
twist it.
the same way.
I got a 4-pound mini sledge will fucking knock the doorknob right the fuck off. I don't think cut
Yeah.
shit.
Well, yeah, but how bad does it destroy the door at that point?
Yeah, you don't want to be destroying the door. That was the thing, because I had put in 24 new doors.
Yeah,
The
doors are
last one was
expensive.
the drug dealer guy. When he got kicked out, they had kicked the door in to get to him. So, I had to replace the whole frame and everything in there. But it was worth it because I hated that fucker.
Yeah, I still got the old original first 18 volt 18-volt DeWalt drill. Fuck, I was about shit on my own tongue there. Back in '99, they made the XRP. That was the very first version of that series of drills. But I got one of those. I think it was like $300. I thought I was shitting in tall cotton because the Vault one. But
Yeah,
used it.
Alan
Used it.
McMillan. Go ahead. I
was gonna say I used it for 14 years, and the only thing that went bad was batteries. I had to buy new batteries about every year and a half.
Yeah,
But
that pisses you off in itself.
oh yeah, fuck yeah, they were more expensive than a damn drill.
Yeah, can you imagine? You see what a drill battery costs? It's just 18 volts, right? And now they want you to have an electric fucking car. Yeah,
Right.
I can hardly wait to see what those batteries are going to cost.
Oh, I could tell you, they're
Alan
like
makes a
$7,000 to
good point, 'cause
$10,000.
Yeah.
all them freaking old Craftsman drills and shit that were metal, you were the ground. I have used old drills before where you're drilling and you look down at your hand and you're like, getting a mini electrocution or something. It's
Right.
like, yeah, that ain't right.
Yeah.
Twitching
That
and
ain't
shit.
right.
You became the
That shit
ground.
ain't right at all. That shit ain't right at all. No. Yeah.
It's like a TENS unit. You know what that is? A TENS unit. You put the little sticky pads on you and it shocks you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a TENS
You
unit.
get a little electrocuted there by your own fucking tools. That's never good. That wasn't a drill. It was a jigsaw. Yeah, and that fucker was all metal, and it weighed like 5 pounds. But it worked. It's just you had to be a man about it. That's all.
Right. Yeah, my grandfather had one of those big ass drills with the bar on the side and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's a handle grip on the top and the bar on the side. All
Yeah.
fucking metal. Yeah, that was a beast to try to handle. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No, that's why all them guys in like the 50s and 60s, they had muscles coming out of their shit because they were hauling all that heavy metal, and that shit was brand new too at the time. I mean,
Yeah.
you
Skill
had a
saw with no
corded
damn joke
drill,
back
you paid probably $300 for that fucker to go out on
Yeah.
a job and work and shit, and them guys were strong, man. You haul that
Imagine,
fucker around all day.
like, imagine trying to handle a fucking jackhammer.
Yeah.
That's got to eat your fucking lunch, and you do it all day.
Buddy, I
Jesus.
can relate
I've
with
used
that.
one of
I
them.
worked in the rock quarries. I've drilled holes.
I've used one. Yeah, that shit ain't
I've
easy,
probably
man.
I've drilled 50 holes a day in the side of a fucking bluff of rock with a 1.5 inch auger bit on the end of it. Go down a little bit, attach another fucking bit to it, and da keep going. And by the end of the day, you can't feel your fucking hands. You just numb. It's
Shit, I
I
get the shakes just weed eating the fucking yard.
you get creative. You throw your leg up on it. All kind of shit.
I worked for this construction company for a while. They did sidewalks and that kind of shit. So if you had to go redo a sidewalk, you had to go chip it up and get rid of it. And that was my job.
Hell yeah.
I was lucky. There was two of us. I was running the jackhammer, and the other guy at least was picking the shit up and taking it in a wheelbarrow over to the truck. But I gotta tell you, lifting that fucker up, moving it, lifting it up, moving it, then it's
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Mine wasn't quite like that. I was on top of a damn drill bit going down. But then you had to, whenever you got to the bottom of that drill bit, it wouldn't attach another one. It wasn't like a fucking old drill.
Christ.
You pull the 4-footer
fucking
out.
manual labor, man.
Yeah, I mean, you pull the 4-footer out of the hole, put the 6-footer in, drill 2 more feet, pull that 6-footer out, put an 8-footer in. I've drilled 20-foot holes all day long with that motherfucker. And it takes 3 men to get that 20-foot rod out.
Now they got like anti-shock fucking hammers, Where in the old days you'd be fucking doing a roofing job, you'd pound 5,000 nails a day. Now you got ergonomic shock fucking hammers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking
Yep.
Yeah. They got every hammer known to fucking man, every design, every shape, every this, every that. And I got to tell you, I've had an S-Twing hammer. I don't even know how much it weighs. It's about 18 inches long. I've had that for 20 years, and I'm very happy with it.
Best hammer you'll ever own, buddy. S-Twing is the best.
The damn problem is now my fingers don't work so well, so I'll be hammering, and then every once in a while I realize how light it is because no longer my fucking hands behind me.
Right.
I
almost took the wife out one day with it. I did. I was like, damn, I gotta get back over there a little bit further. It's like, damn.
How's the handle on your design?
I watch Adam Carolla's podcast because he's like, Adam Carolla's a comedian now. Now he's famous. He's got a podcast. But he's like, I got out of high school and I was a fucking carpenter for 12 years. He's like, and people are like, oh, do you think your podcast is too much work? He goes, no, this is not fucking work. I slung a hammer for fucking 10 hours a day for 12 that's fucking work, man. This is not work.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
I remember them days, man. That you get there in the morning, your pants are fitting right, your shirt's nice and dry, and within 15 minutes, your fucking pants are sagging, your tool belt's knocking everything down, and you're just like, I should have listened to my father more. Because
that's when you learn how to do the finished carpenters. Just go do the finished stuff. It makes it a lot easier, man. You're in the house, out of
I
the
did
weather.
mostly what I did was form work. So you had to build
Mm.
forms. You had to know how to read a tape. It's amazing how many people don't know how to read a tape measure. It's not that
Yeah,
fucking hard. I taught myself. I taught myself how to read a tape measure by looking at sockets, and then I wrote it down one day, all the sizes in order. And I was like, that's the same as the tape. It was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. I mean, we were able to figure that shit out on our own, or you had your dad or somebody would teach you. Now nobody teaches that shit. Well, it's
no,
3 inches and some. Well, what is the
they don't
sum?
teach.
I don't know. It's
They,
like halfway between this and this. I'm like, really?
yeah, this generation of kids don't teach them anything because they don't have anything to teach them. They have no life skills except sitting behind a fucking desk all day talking shit. Um,
Computers and
let 'em-
stuff, video
yeah, I mean,
games.
I'm not gonna knock a man for being able to do that, but you need a basic life skill also. I mean, there is,
I am, I
you
am
know, you,
physically able to use any tool that there is. Okay, I mean hand tool. I mean, okay, and I'm able to fix every single thing in my fucking house, or at
yeah,
least replace it without
right,
like a huge problem. I mean, and sometimes what I do is I'll look at YouTube and I'll watch 10, 15 videos on the same fucking thing. And what I'll do is take everything they say exactly the same because you got to do certain shit a certain way, usually. And then I'll
mm,
look at the tricks they have and see maybe that'll work for me, and I'll
Which
try them
one's
or I
more
won't, whatever.
expedient? You
yeah.
know,
Do I
Yeah.
have that tool?
you
Do
find
I
one,
have?
you find a video that's 15 minutes long, and it goes through the whole process, and then you find one
Yeah.
that's 10 minutes long, and it shortens up
Yeah.
the whole thing, and then you find one
Yeah.
that's 3 minutes long, and it's like every trick in the book
Yeah.
to get around it and stop all
Yeah.
the dumb shit and do all the shortcuts and
Yeah.
get to the gist of
Yeah.
it.
As long as you're doing it correctly, you won't have like your house turn on fire or nothing like that, and you're good to
Right.
go. I have fixed like my TV. The screen I'm looking at right now is my wife's old TV. All it needed was you think about TV, it's got electronics. If you're not really never really, but when you think about electronics, like these are parts, no different than a car or I don't know, a drill or whatever. Okay. So I looked it up what the problem was, and it said you probably have a blown capacitor. I took the back off, looked at it. Yep, it's blown. I had to go buy a soldering iron. I got 7 of them. None of them fucking work for some reason, and I still have 7 of them.
Right.
I don't know why, but I guess they keep all that fucking empty in the drawer from being empty. I don't know, but anyhow, and I soldered a new one on there, and now I'm using it for this. So
There you go.
my dad taught me a lot of shit, but I'm also self-taught on a lot of shit because I hate people in my house working on my shit because I would rather do it. I fixed my air conditioner. I rewired it or I didn't rewire it, but I got it wired correctly. Let's put it that way. And the whole 9 yards. And I'm like, you get nervous about. I remember one time I didn't want to. I was doing maintenance in the apartments, and I didn't want to pull the toilet because I'd never done it before. And well, I just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go do it." So I did it, and I was like, I should be ashamed of myself how fucking easy that was.
Right.
You know, I
When
mean,
I
Jesus
when
Christ,
I
it's
did my
now it's like I
bathroom,
pulled the toilets in this house 3 fucking times. It's no big thing. I've done 100 of them now. Oh, I've never put a door in. Well, guess what? I put the first one in. I was like, oh shit, that's not so hard. First one was fucked up though, because I didn't bother to use the speed square or nothing, and it was a little crooked, but I fixed that. And then the rest of them were all beautiful.
yeah.
It's
Well,
just,
hell, when I redid my one of my bathrooms, and it was just a tub, so I had freaking plumbers come in
yeah,
and add the shower insert thing. It's 3-sided. That
yeah,
was a whole lot of
yeah,
work. I mean, and I wasn't going to try that shit myself. They had to cut all the wall, the paneling, and everything out to insert that shit. Put,
yeah,
it ran all kind of different shit. Well, that was all done. And then, the incident with my dad bust his ass coming out the fucking shower and destroyed the toilet. Knocked it straight out the fucking hinges, the anchors.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
that
Break the
job,
flange? Oh, he probably broke the
it
flange.
destroyed everything. Yeah, it fucking
Yeah,
broke the anchor bolts.
that's a big deal
So
right there.
that was not a job I can handle. So I found a
Yeah.
plumber. I bought a toilet. Toilet was $300 and something fucking dollars for a fucking toilet. But it was a larger
Yeah,
toilet than what
that's
this
just
52-year-old house had in the first place.
well, that's
Well,
true. Yeah, yeah,
this poor bastard, he had to change the flange because it's 52-year-old house. It
Yeah.
and there was no way to anchor. It was all just it was old,
yeah,
you know. So he had
yeah,
to retrofit everything. He fucking chiseled and cut and chiseled and cut for 3 fucking days to be
yep,
able to get what the
yep,
seal and everything out of there and put the new one in.
Yeah.
That
yep.
man worked his ass off, and he charged me like $400 for installation. It's like, dude, it's well worth it because you're here for half a fucking week. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't
jeez.
know. Everything I can do. I mean, the way I see it is if you're worried about doing it, find somebody who knows how, and the best place to do that is eBay. I mean, I'm one of them people who use the internet other than this stupid shit, but I use it to learn shit,
Yeah, me too.
and I all the time. Like when I
Yeah,
go to fix my, now that I'm going to buy brushes and shit, apparently, because everybody's telling me to do that, I'm gonna go figure out how to do that and do it.
yeah,
Simply because you get that satisfaction of doing it yourself when you can. Like I've done tubs. Tubs are a pain in the ass because the new ones are usually bigger than the old ones by like
Yeah.
a quarter inch, which is enough to where you have to start ripping out drywall to get the fucker in. And I've
yeah,
tiled showers, I've tiled floors, I've done all that stuff without never have done and doing it before. You
yeah. When
know,
I added the shower portion, I wanted to do change the whole thing out because but it's a porcelain tub, and the plumber
ooh,
said, no. No, you have to fucking beat that sumbitch to
Yeah.
death with a sledgehammer
That's
to
what I
get
was
it
going
out
to
of here.
say. Yeah.
It's not worth it. Just
oh
get
yeah,
the
once
insert.
once there's yeah, even in this building, the old tubs sometimes every once in a while you'd get one because I replaced like probably 15 of them in that building. The house settles and everything, and it's just like, yeah, I had all the drywall out, and even then I had to get in a position. I almost went and bought a jack to jack the back end up, put it inside where the studs are in the wall, and jack the fucker up to get it out. It was actually kind of biting into the wood studs a little bit, and it was just a pain in the ass to get out. Holy shit.
Yeah, the
I
problem with
getting
this
that I
thing,
remember that because
the,
getting that fucking drain out was a pain in the ass too because it was
yes, the plumber had to change
corroded and rusted
the whole
together.
drain
Yeah,
system, and he had to
yeah.
get to the pipes and change it, insert and do all kind of shit. But I think they built the house around that bathroom because there was no way you could get that tub out in one piece. And the
Yeah.
plum
Well, no,
and the
what they
plumbers,
did was they built houses better back then.
yeah.
This
Well,
shit was
here's the
there to
deal:
stay.
the plumbers came in there. It was a solid, at least a solid week, if not more. They came in here. It was 2 of them, dad and son, and I'm friends with the son. They came in here and to cut shit out, and we just have that old ass fucking paneling in this house, old brown paneling. Um, but they had to cut in parts of studs out to get that insert in there. They said this is the most safe room in this fucking house if there's ever a tornado or anything coming. Get your ass in
Yep.
this room. It took them
And every one of
forever
these
to do that
tubs,
shit.
If you ever read the directions on some of these tubs, you're supposed to put sand under there so it's nice and well, it's kind of not so much level, but tipping slightly towards the drain so it drains out. Every one of these tubs had a ton of sand under them. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of time, so we'll be back tomorrow night at same time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Appreciate all the comments. It was good. Enjoyed the show. Apparently Matt left. Not quite sure. I believe his my phone
I
just
guess his
turned off.
timer ran
thing.
out because it was at 7:56 my time, so he was 4 minutes to the
Early.
hour.
Yeah.
Well, he did come back and then went away again, so I don't know what happened, but I didn't get a chance to click him in, so I don't know. But anyway, I'll thank Daryl for coming on again, and always, Matt and Michael Hunt. I'm not saying it because that's like a 4-year-old joke. So I think that's when I heard it. I was like 6th grade. I don't know. Maybe I was 12. I don't know.
There is actually a Michael Hunt in Louisiana who's an artist, and he creates these like New Orleans Saints, LSU Tigers. He has a new project that he did for all of the armed forces branches. Michael Hunt Studios. He creates these limited edition lithographs. Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. His name is Michael.
He must have got fucked with a lot in school. He must have got
dude,
fucked
I
with
swear
a lot
to God.
in school.
I hear about it. I listen to the radio program on the work every morning, and it's Walton and Johnson. They're out of Houston, Texas, and they're funny as hell. But they have to refrain from saying it too, because they promote his product.
Yeah,
as bad as my concho.
Saying the short version,
Oh shit.
Yeah. There's only so many ways you can say Mike and enunciate it to where, and that's very difficult to do. You're gonna end up
you have
saying
to say
Mike,
it real slow.
Yeah, Mike Hunt. Yeah.
Yes.
And even then it sounds like it's so you're gonna have some idiot laugh.
You have to knock a pause in that summit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. So we'll see you, and everybody stay safe, please, and hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Anybody wants to come on tomorrow night is welcome. You don't have to ask. Just click on the link and pop in here, and I'll click you onto the show. That's all you got to do. Everybody say goodbye.
Peace out, guys. Been great.
All right. Guys, see you tomorrow. Take care.